To mark the 125th anniversary of its founding, the Johns Hopkins School of Medicine put forth a challenge to increase scholarship support. The goal was to allow great opportunities to students from around the world who are dedicated to providing the best care for their patients.
I grew up in Lagos, Nigeria, and we didn't have access to a lot of basic amenities like running water, electricity. We also had poor access to healthcare. My brother had epilepsy, and so I saw how my family struggled so hard to try to get him the care that he needed. And so that kind of inspired me at a young age to want to become a doctor so I could treat people like my brother and impact my community through healthcare. So I decided to pursue urology, and it's a really incredible specialty because it allows you to be involved in the full spectrum of care for patients. You're both their primary care doctor as well as their surgeon. And in urology specifically, you can go from performing a life-saving surgery to a quality of life improving surgery. And that kind of dynamic going from one to the other is just amazing. Being a recipient of the scholarships really helped me to make my decision to come to Hopkins. I had that opportunity to work with the faculty here who are luminaries and pioneers in the field. So from the bottom of my heart, I really want to say thank you for your generosity, and I hope to pay it forward in the future. I've just been blessed is how I kind of think about it, because I know that I'll be in a position where I can really help people here in the US, but also abroad with the skills and knowledge that I've gained.
These students are not only learning, they are also pushing the boundaries of knowledge, working bench to bedside.
The brain is one of the last frontiers of medicine. My research right now is focused on how do cells in the nervous system, how do they form connections with each other during normal development? And the goal is that hopefully we can use this knowledge to see if we can come up with new drugs or new therapeutics to be able to regenerate tissue in the clinic for patients after stroke, after a brain tumor resection, or patients suffering from Alzheimer's disease. I really wanted to come to Hopkins because I think you're exposed to some of the world's best clinical teachers. All of the experts are here. But as an international student, funding my education has been a big challenge. My parents, they had to remortgage their home. They sacrificed everything to allow me to come here. So receiving the scholarship, it will take a tremendous burden off both me and my family. And it's given me confidence that what I'm doing in the lab is important and meaningful. One of my goals in my career is to take one of my discoveries at the bench and apply it to the bedside to patients and help them during really dark and challenging moments of their lives.
And these future doctors are determined to address systemic issues to ensure all patients get needed care no matter what their background.
So my dad, he was a cardiologist, and so growing up, I was always kind of immersed in the healthcare profession. But when I was 12, there was an accident with my father and my brother, and they passed. And my mother and I, we weren't able to afford to live in the same neighborhood that we were before, and so we moved to a lower income area in the south side of Chicago. I really didn't expect to see such a staggering disparity in so many areas of life, in the quality of education, the quality of health. Then I realized that I wanted to do whatever I could to help reduce racial and socioeconomic inequalities in health. And because I always had this dream of going to Hopkins, I remember the day I found out that I was going to receive the scholarship, I immediately started crying, and I called my mom and she started crying too, because it was this huge weight off of our shoulders. It's hard to put into words how grateful I am that I have been able to have this opportunity of being the second Dr. Collison. I do believe that he's looking down on me and he's smiling and happy that I'm carrying out the legacy, and I'm hoping that I'm making him proud.
With the leadership of Peter and Gail Beyer, this scholarship incentive has raised more than $18 million. Thank you for your transformational gifts. I look forward to working with you in the future to help our students fulfill their dreams.